Not the rancid one this morning, but
The rancid one this morning. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something that'll make you change your mind. So why don't you leave me here lonely and say for me that the sun don't shine? How's it going, folks? Welcome to episode 59. I want to thank this week's sponsor, DS Fit. If you're looking to get that summer body or porno body, give Daniel a shout and the Radisson. And I want to welcome to the hot seat this week an old, what was it, episode 5? Come on, Vincent. What's your name again? Welcome, Chris Redhead. I know the name's a bit shite, to be fair. Sounds like a fucking PlayStation name. But, Chris, what's the crack?
no crack at all. How are you?
Not too bad.
But
Hold on. Jock's nervous, he was saying, coming up, bro, but we make you nice and cool and relaxed, and you probably will feel like you're going to get raped. You know, you'll feel a roofie coming on, but that's just Maffa puts that in your tea, just to chill you out. You'll start slurring your words, and then P takes you on the wee boot, his car, we'll take you up to the forestry.
want to find me a tree?
No.
Oh, boys, start that again.
Play away, man.
Wait, are we rolling, are we?
We're rolling, chat.
Boys.
What's the crack, Chris? What's happening?
Nothing at all.
What have you been up to?
Not much. I quit my job there 2 weeks ago. I threw in the towel.
You're good at that.
Boys. Folks, we were meant to get Chris up here to have a nice, civilised, sentimental mental health episode. I know you've done is give him abuse.
But that's the crack. We just wanna get a catch up with him and have a nice, cool and relaxed fucking pod, man, right, Maffa? Because I am feeling dirty this last while.
We had to get him on it.
off my chest, you know, man.
So as he was saying, Chris, first of all, thanks for coming up from the great city of Monaghan.
Thanks for
Sorry, that fucking tea's warm.
No, thanks a million for coming up
bother.
and putting yourself in a hotel. Imagine that, yeah.
But I did get it for cheap.
Just to let everyone know, we're not paying for it.
Maybe we should say we're paying for it. Looks good then.
No, but then everyone else will want to pay for it.
Yeah, but just tell them that it's only his ploy.
But no, thanks for coming up, Pi.
The ploy.
Delighted for you to be back on this again. Episode 5 you're on. Some change in you.
Thanks very much.
We've
Really
done 54 episodes since the last time you were on.
good. Change in a good way or a bad way? Like I'm better looking now. I know that.
You look like a 1987 dart player, no harm to you with that moustache.
You reminded me of my uncle for some reason.
Looking over him.
The last time you were on, I had bent teeth and Marty is bald.
Funny, isn't it?
How do we look?
Yeah. You look good, yeah.
My man.
P, start the car. It's time to get rapey.
Sorry, on behalf of Marty, he's wearing a son's top.
It's not
That's
a
why
pig,
this-
you fucking double chins.
The stitches are over on it. Chris, what's cracks, lad? All jokes aside.
No crack at all.
Right then, so we'll finish up there.
I don't know what to say.
I know, why would you let him speak? No, look, hey, all jokes aside, we wanted you on just to see how you're doing. For anyone that hasn't watched Chris's episode, and it's episode 5, and it has full things on YouTube. It's clean shite, so that's why we wanted to recap it. Not clean shite as an episode, but like the sound of our mics and stuff, and the scenery and all. No, we just wanted to get you back in.
Yeah.
Obviously, to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
Very good friend of ours, very good friend of the podcast. Been at a couple of live shows. Always shows us support, so we want to get you on, see what the crack is, see what you've been up to, and see how you are doing.
Well, I'm still sober anyway.
You look great, all jokes aside.
Thanks.
You look fresh. We've got a weight on, but you look fresh.
But it's good for me. That's because I don't have a job, that's why.
Tell me, what about the job? What were you at? Were you chefing or what?
Yeah, I was chefing. The last time I was on, I was still working in Letterkenny. And decided to move back down to Monaghan. So I went back down anyway, and I was working in the hotel where I first started. And then I moved on to another place. But in the midst of that, when was it? End of December. My younger brother was in a car accident.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. It was a weird phone call to get at 11 o'clock at night. And it was my stepdad saying, it's been an accident. and it's out by. He told me where it was, so I went out, and it was hard. It's honestly like you see on TV, like you see on TV shows and everything, and like in that moment, like looking back on that moment, you feel like you're the main character in a TV show. Like I could only see the car in the distance, and the car was smashed to pieces.
Jeez.
So you first in the scene?
No, the Owlboy was.
All right.
And there was a woman as well, and she rang the ambulance, rang the guards, rang the fire station and everything. And they came out, and I just didn't know what was going on, and I just had to walk backwards, and I'll be honest, I just burst into tears. It was just a mixture of emotions.
So your heart was fucking beating like fuck.
Yeah, and because Mum was there and my stepdad, and then my girlfriend was there as well, and it was horrible. And the younger brother's girlfriend, she came up. I was like, oh, he's fine, he's chatting away. And it was just massive relief. But still, it was still feeling overwhelmed, like with all these emotions and everything.
Exactly.
I can show you a picture of the car later, but he was lucky to get out.
Jesus.
And all he had was a broken wrist.
Fucking hell. Single car crash?
Yeah. It was into a wall. His friend was driving just a bit too fast and just went straight into a wall.
Jeez, he wasn't driving?
No, he was in the passenger, the driver's side.
Lucky. Two of them got away late.
Yeah. And he was taken into hospital anyway. And myself and the girlfriend, we went home anyway and woke up the next day, and sure, Mum was on the phone. Mum rang, and then he came on the phone. And the first words that came out of his mouth were, "I am now the favourite son."
So what it is?
Tish.
So he's a good sense of humour. Like, he's a bit like myself, and times like this, like, he has a good sense of humour towards it. Like,
That's good.
yeah, and he only broke his wrist.
Did you think the worst walking down the road?
Oh yeah, of course.
Was it his wanking wrist?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, sadly.
Sadly. What?
Yeah. But luckily he has a girlfriend. Like,
out for about 3 months.
Yeah. But that kind of opened my eyes. I went back to work anyway, and mind was all over the place. So they sent me home. They were just thinking the worst, and just from the night before, like, and everything.
You hadn't worked that next day?
Yeah, I went in, and I was fine. Like, but it was just my mind was all over the place. So they sent me home anyway, and I just thought to myself, after seeing that, you know what, life is too short. Because he's lucky to come out of it alive. Yeah. And I thought, right, I'm getting the wheels in motion here to do something. So I got myself onto a adult guidance counsellor. I didn't even know there was such a thing. It was my cousin had mentioned it to me. Went up and met with her. She told me that there's a lot of courses available and everything. So found a course anyway. I'm doing counselling now.
You're a counsellor?
Studying to be a counsellor.
Are you?
Yeah. It's just my way of trying to give back, and then I'm working with charities as well.
Yeah,
like,
very good.
Got in contact with a few charities and met with them. And as big as my ego is and as confident as I am, I told them the reason why I wanted to meet them. Wanted to get my face out there, my name out there, because hopefully I can be the difference.
Yeah, come here. And how long is this counsellor course going to take? Or?
So it'll take, all in all, it'll be about a year.
Yeah.
A year and 3 months, yeah. It'll take.
And you have to pass it first, though.
I will have to pass it, so I know I'll pass it. Like, I'm confident enough.
Well, fuck. No, fair fucks to you.
Like, it's like, don't get me wrong, it was hard what happened, but I'm kind of happy it happened.
Yeah.
Like, I'm taking the good from the bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
And just trying to move forward with it and use my experience.
Yeah.
Would you went for that if your brother hadn't been in the car accident?
Well, I was thinking about different things, but there was kind of the fear in me of taking that risk upon myself.
Yeah.
And you see, myself and the girlfriend are lucky enough now to have a house. I can take that risk, and she's working full time.
Yeah.
So it was
quitting your job for anything's a tough step.
Yeah, but it was herself who was pushing me towards doing it.
Fair fucks. Yeah. Is she from Monaghan too?
She's from Monaghan.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, we lived together up here, so we did. We're together 6 years now.
She's bought a house?
No, sadly her grandfather passed away, and kind of there was a house
handed
there.
Over you dirty man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't want to tell people that. Like,
I was told. Nah, but hey,
don't put that.
Listen,
in it,
it happens to people. Like, and it's
like
a great starting step for somebody.
Yeah.
Is it a starting step? It is like it gives you an opportunity now to you're not fucking for a mortgage now, which is great, and I'm happy for you. I'm just having the cracks right with that lad. But it is like, you know, in math.
Be honest, is that the only reason you're here?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And that's dead.
Got that part. Keep it fucking on, Chad. Said it there.
You bastards.
What kind of house is it?
It's just a wee bungalow. It's a
Lovely.
wee 2-bedroom bungalow. Like, it's nice. It's the woman, I'll be honest in saying, like, I haven't been doing it up at all. It's been the woman because I've been full-time working.
Yeah.
And we've got new bits for the house and everything. I have to say now it is looking well.
No, that's the fucking
Like,
job. Powerful.
But it's still not the end game. Like, she herself doesn't want to live in Monaghan.
No, she wants to come back here.
Yeah. We
Does
want to
she?
live in Donegal, yeah. Like, we
Will
loved
you?
Donegal when we were here.
Will you? Do you think?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
definitely. Like, it's something that we've always wanted to do. Like, it's the people as well up in Donegal.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was so nice to us, like,
Yeah.
when we were up here. You can walk down the street, say hello to anyone. You can stop and chat to anyone.
It's a wee bit different.
You want now, Jimmy? You happy Ukrainian? Cut that part. I'll take a time of that.
But, like, no, we love Donegal.
So you walk up the street, speaking to your friend, and you see the Ukrainians walking past you, and she's there enough from us down.
Hey, Chris.
They're foreign.
Just to let everyone know for the new years and new listeners, give us a wee recap. Not only what you've told us already, what you've been through, tight enough, but what you yourself have been through over the last 5-6 years,
7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
For all the new listeners, Chris is in recovery.
Yeah. I'll always be in recovery.
Yeah, for 7.5 years.
Yeah.
Which is fucking amazing, and that's what the last episode was about. It's about Chris's life. We wanted him on. He actually contacted us about coming on to do a mental health episode, which was fucking unreal. We actually got Spotify around this and everything about it. It was that touching, and it was that nice of an episode. But it's one we'll never forget, because we always say this now whenever like we're chatting about it and stuff. That like you see videos and like you read articles and you see things about mental health and suicide and alcoholics, and you see it all, and it's mad, like, and it's crazy. But they see when you come on and spoke about it, right there and right in front of us, we were like, what? Like we were so taken back by it because it was so real. Do you know what I mean? Like it was so, and we were hearing it from you there and then. Yeah. And we'll always remember that, like, because it was mad. But just let the listeners know what you've been through and stuff, and give us a wee walk through your story and stuff like that there, because you might not know it, we might not know it, but it's reached a lot of people because it was fucking true, and it was.
I got a lot of messages as well.
But that's good,
yeah, and they were lovely messages.
Lovely, sure.
Yeah.
But just a wee recap, and as much as you want to say yourself, don't be fucking, because I know there could be a lot of new listeners out there that maybe not know, but I know there's a lot out there that did watch it. But just a wee recap, and as much as you want to say yourself, about what you've been through and your life. Yeah. I want to talk about the last 7.5 years, but you talk about whenever. I'm going ahead. Yeah. We'll head on here, and I'm in Martian.
I just didn't my camera roll. We'll head out for a joint.
Oh, thanks.
Joke messing out.
Sorry, go on ahead there. Just pretend we're not here. Pretend we're not here.
I'll always tell my story in the way of the big book of alcoholics in chapter 5. It always talks about what happened, or like what I was like, what happened, and what I'm like now. So start in the beginning anyway. My father died when I was 18. And that is something I will always remember. That started my alcoholism. Like I'm a strong believer, it's in my blood. He was 35 years old when he died.
He's young now.
And I still remember being at his wake, and obviously enough feeling sad. It was my father that passed, and taking a few drinks, and the kind of sadness leaving you. And I thought to myself, like at the time even as well, I thought I found a new trick, like that nobody knew of. And I remember it was just Budweiser that I was drinking, rotten. And but that kind of started the whole thing, that kind of triggered it in me. I didn't even know that it triggered it in me. But that kind of started then, just drinking as a whole. Like I didn't start drinking until I was near 18. And it just led to me failing the leaving cert and having to repeat. And I'd done well in the leaving cert second time. And then I ended up coming up to Letterkenny. And I was in college in Letterkenny. And it's the whole, like I'll be honest in saying I'm a stereotype. Like you start off with 4 cans. 4 cans lead to 8 cans, that leads to 4 cans and an agony and so forth and so on, and then you pick up smoking along the way as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I came up to Letterkenny for hoping that I'd get a degree, and I left an alcoholic. So I had to go back down to Monaghan. My year was up. Went back down to Monaghan anyway. Was 20 years old, and by the time I was up in Letterkenny, got myself a wee girlfriend and everything. Sure was living in her pocket the whole time, like playing the sob story, all just to get money off her, just for drink.
Fuck.
And sure, it kind of went on like that for a long while. And then, like, the drinking was just heavy, like being put out of my parents' house. My mother and stepfather, like, I put them through hell.
Yeah.
Like, and one thing I talked about in the last podcast there, and it's just something that'll always stick with me, and me and mum were chatting about it the last day. The day that me and mum fell out, and I blamed her for me being an alcoholic the way I was raised. Like, she was a single mum at the end of the day. Like, she raised me the best she could.
Yeah.
And she did end up, like, looking back now, she raised me well. Like, it was just hard for me to see then. But I remember just going and getting all my baby pictures. Because mum didn't have that many, because when the old boy left, he took them all with him. And I remember just ripping them all up and telling her she didn't deserve me as a child, as her son. And it's just things like that to stick in your head. Like, I'll let you know now, it was a year after I got sober. Same day, or her birthday's on the same day. But we went out for dinner and I handed her all the pictures back. I spent the time to put them all back together and take a picture, photoshopped them, and then went and printed them out again. It's just fixing my mistakes. Like, that is, it's step 8, making amends to your past. There's a long list that I had to apologise to the people. Like.
Still not on it?
It actually reminded me of, did you ever watch My Name is Earl? It's kind of like it, where he has that list where he's done wrong by people.
No, I never
and
watched
then he
it,
has
but
to
I
go
heard
back
of it.
and fix it. But yeah, it was just to put them through hell. And ended up the girlfriend, and the girlfriend I had at the time, I don't blame her, she ended it with me. She probably seen that I was
Yeah.
going down a wrong path, like, and she was coming with me, like.
Yeah.
So she jumped ship, and, like, I remember even whenever she did end it, like, the first thing I thought was, where am I going to get money? Not even that it was a 3 year long relationship, not even that ended, like. And I think a year after that then, it was about 9 months to a year, I remember just being on the drink. It was at the start of a Thursday. You'd have an open mic night go on a Thursday, and it was an Easter bank holiday. And, like, the drinking had just got out of hand, where it was, like, as I said, my parents put me out of the house. Like, I was technically homeless, like, and I was sleeping on friends' couches, sleeping in old abandoned houses. Couldn't even swallow there for a second. And
You've water.
I do, yeah.
Take a wee drink.
And I'll not talk while I drink this, just in case you get that in.
Take your time's okay. Do you want me to rub your hand?
No, my skin might fall off.
Oh, you still have that shit.
Well, I'm always gonna have it.
Or will you?
Jeez.
Does it not go away?
That shit skin.
Poor cut.
Such a thing to say.
Hey,
Me pouring my heart out.
Hey, I went through a bad stage up, but we'll chat now that Ian keep going.
And so where was I there? Oh yeah, I was sleeping on friends' couches and all. Technically homeless, and I remember being a bank holiday weekend. And I was out on the Thursday, out on the Friday. Then we came up to Letterkenny on the Saturday for go-karting. So out the Saturday night, being at a friend's house all Saturday night, all Sunday. And then I remember Sunday night, about 9 o'clock, going down the street into the pub and falling all over the place. Like, just, it was horrible, like. But that was the worst thing for me, where I would be horrible drunk, but I'd never black out. Like, it was near enough a punishment that I'd have to remember everything. And I have no control over myself. I remember going into the pub and she and me behind the bar, like, was asking for a drink or whatever. I was like, no, I'll get you a pint of water, like, look at you. I was probably stinking as well. And I remember just going around trying to get drink off people, like ones that already had pints. And I remember just, nobody give me a drink, like, just, I even, like, I can see myself, like, the way I looked and everything, just real gaunt, just... Skin was bad. It was just horrible. And I remember just walking out of the pub and just making the decision there and then, do you know what, I'm done. This life isn't for me. Just walking out the road anyway, stopped in the off license, got myself a nagging from my last drink. walking out the road, planning in my mind what's going to happen, what way I'm going to do it. It's like, right, I'll go say goodbye to mum first. So went into the house, went up, mum was sleeping, sat at the end of her bed. Was just crying, like just explaining to her like this world isn't for me, like it doesn't suit me, like something's gone wrong and like I'm just not for this world. I'm done. And she was like, what do you mean you're done? I goes, look, I'm gonna take it into my own hands. Like it was always a thing for me, like because my father died so young, I didn't want that to happen to me. Where you don't really have a choice in the matter. You're just gonna get taken. That's it. Dead at 35. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Like fuck God and everything. I'm taking it into my own hands. Said goodbye and everyone. Mum was in tears. Even the wee brother. He was only 11 at the time, and he still remembers it. He's 19 now, and he still remembers it. And left the house anyway, and down the street, and her mum was shouting at the door, and she was ringing my stepfather and all, way across the road into the forest. And he came flying out the road as well, and no, just left everyone behind. I was done, saying my goodbyes. So I decided anyway, right, places. That's how I'm gonna do it. And I decided on a song as well, like what song to kind of go out to. So I had
Play it on your phone, like.
aye, just kind of like it was something for me, like because I'm doing this on my own terms, going out on my own terms, into the forest anyway. And I go back to it. I know this sounds weird, but I go back to it the odd time, like where could have ended. But into the forest anyway, go up a bit and you turn left. So I sat down, put on the song anyway, and was thinking, right, laces. Looked down at my shoes, I was wearing slip-ons.
Oh, dash.
And I just thought to myself, it's funny, like it's weird what goes through your head.
Mm.
So I started looking around anyway, and found the vine of a tree, and just pulled on it, and it was hard enough, and it wrapped around my neck, and I just let my knees go.
Fuck no.
That was it. And all I can remember after that is the light being shone into my eye.
In the forest.
Yeah, and it was guards. Yeah,
They pulled
they'd
you
find
down.
me, and it was because of the music.
What was the song?
When we were young, by
Killers.
No, by Adele.
Oh,
Yeah,
fucking tight song too. The hairs are standing the back of my
yeah.
sack, Dory.
It took me years to actually properly listen to the song. Like I was actually
We
listening
were
to it going
young,
up on the road today.
Why that song is there?
It's just everything was easier. I thought when I was younger, like I had none of these problems or anything. Like
when we were young. Jeez, that's
yeah,
funny too. You think of that too?
it was always a song that resonated with me. Like I remember being loaded drunk one night in somebody's couch, texting Adele and everything, on Instagram. I should never go back to me. But
Dale,
but
save this man's life.
but yeah, it was, and then
Or maybe not.
the guards had lifted me, and they'd walk me into the car and just it's kind of silent tears. They'd walk me to the ambulance. The ambulance was sitting at the side of the road, and put me into the ambulance. I just remember like looking up, and we paramedic woman. She was just like, "What? Why would you do this?" I was like, "I'm just not for this life." And I was like, "Look, let me out, because as soon as you let me out, I'm fucking doing it again." And I was like, "Why? You're so young. You're so like." It was always a thing for me. It's like you're handsome. It was that kind of thing, and I was like, "No, like I'm doing it again. As soon as you let me out, I'm doing it again." And yeah, but I was in the psych ward anyway, psychiatric unit in Cavan, for a week. Had to get X-rays done on all of my neck, my collarbones and all. Like it's a weird thing. Your rights get taken away from you. You're a danger to yourself. So like I remember sitting there that night, just in my mind was, I'm doing this again. Like I don't know how that didn't work. I'm doing this again. And I remember just a fella chatting to me, big South African security man, and I was just having a laugh with him, like trying to convince them I was all right. He goes, "Oh, what would you do if I ran?" And he goes, "I'm sorry, but I'd have to trip you up." I was like, "All right," but then my stepdad came up and he had to sign over the rights and everything, like that. I'm in the care now of Cavan General Hospital. Anyway, I was let out after a week. It's funny, like, because I was chatting to psychiatrists and everything up there. They were telling me I used to drink this, doing this, it's this, it's that, it's the drink. I was off to drink a week and I was feeling fantastic. Anyway, I convinced them I was alright anyway. And I left. And I got the wee shuttle bus back down to Monaghan. And I had nowhere to go. So I had to get put up in a B&B, like I rang county council and everything. I was like, look, I'm homeless. Had to put me up in a B&B. And sole purpose of, right, I'm going back on the drink. Went back on the drink. And I think it was 6 months to 8 months later, I was just in the same position. Like in that moment, like I got myself a job and everything. And because, like I couldn't get social welfare because I had no house. So like, man, I had no confidence even to go in and ask them, like,
Yeah, sure.
I
You get
can have
no
money.
income.
Yeah. So I was sleeping on friends' couches and stuff like that, and he was a chef as well. He got me a job, one of the places in town, and sure, I kept my wages. Went in, got my wages and stuff like that, and then straight away on the drink. You wouldn't see me for about a week. Back building it up again. And then, like in the midst of that, like I tried to take my life again. Like it's just you kind of want out of it. Like it was always I just wanted out of it. Like I didn't want to feel this pain. I could see no way out. Like like it was just lack of knowledge of knowing a way out. And then like I was working in this place anyway, and drinking away and got myself a wee house and everything, and sure I was in the depths of depression still even there. Like it got to the stage where it was the amount of like I was pre-drinking before I was pre-drinking. So before I met a few of the boys in town, like I'd be drinking a bottle of Buckfast and then I'd be meeting them and then drinking another bottle of Buckfast straight into the pub. I always had this routine when I went into the pub. I got a double vodka black. You get 3 Jägermeisters, Jaeger bombs for a tenner. I got them in a pint glass. Then have my pint of Guinness just at the door. So I down the double vodka black, down the Jaeger, and then I just walk in with my pint. It's kind of like, 'cause it was a shame as well. Like I didn't want anyone to see it, like kind of. And then it came to 23rd of June, and I was just on a bender, and I ended up in a friend's house, and I was chatting to his mum, and it was even herself. She was telling me, "Look, I think you need to go chat to your mum. I think you need help at this stage." So I called the mum's house at like 4 in the morning, and like even the whole night leading up to that, sleeping on a friend's couch, drinking with him, and he went to bed. I took all of the cans that were left, and I hid one as well. I went into town, into the casino in town, thinking I could get in. Like I had a phone. I was like, I could pawn this phone off on somebody. Like get 20 quid, get a few like vodkas into me. Casino wouldn't even let me in. And I was about to go out to my own house, and something was telling me, I go out to mum's, go out to your mum's, because I hadn't seen mum in about 6 months. And it was at that point I had voices in my head, like walking out the road. I remember like going side to side, going out the road, but seeing clearly and just having voices in my head telling me that I was shit, telling me that I'm no good, telling me that I'm not going to make anything of myself. And it's like there was always, it was kind of 80-20, where there was 80% those voices and 20% was always, hey, but you're handsome, like. It's the ego that was in me, like. That's the cockiness that comes with drinking as well, like. It's like, oh, but you're handsome. And then got out to mum's house. I fell through the door. And she woke up and she was like, go on, what are you doing? Go on into the sitting room there. I went into the sitting room and just lay down the ground and just burst into tears. And she came down and she sat with me. I was sitting on the couch. And there was a lot of things that kind of like, I was kind of sober but drunk at that stage. And then I just asked the question, why did my dad not want me? Like that was the start, I thought, of me getting better. And it's like my father was an alcoholic. Like I can look back now and know it wasn't his fault. Like he was taken over by the disease as well. Like it was just something that happened to him. And you say I didn't get any closure with him either after he passed away. Like I was taken out of school on a Friday, like the 19th of March, back in 2000 and when was it? 2000. I can't even remember, to be honest. But it was
He
about
died. He
13.
died. He was an alcoholic too, was he?
He was an alcoholic, and he basically let himself go. He had ended up getting a blood clot in his leg, and it travelled up through his heart and
He
gave
never,
him a
he
heart
never
attack.
looked about it.
No. And it was just through neglect. And the scary thing for me was he died alone.
Mm.
And that's always like, it would always give me chills, like, just to think about, like he was, don't get me wrong, he was in a friend's house, but the friend was up sleeping and everything, and the friend just heard a thud and came down, and it was that type of heart attack was no coming back from.
No, gone.
Yeah. But, and then Mum was like, right, I'm going up to bed here, like, do you want to just stay here tonight? I remember just crying, like, and just going out and trying to roll a rollie. And sure, my tears kept going into it, like, and sure, I had to roll it away from myself.
Just reckon.
And I was standing at the back door, and I remember thinking, hey, I have a can hidden. I'm going to go get it. So I took a wee walk anyway. And I was across the road and up through the forest where I tried the first time. Got my can anyway, and I was walking in. I still remember it. Like, turns out it was my last can. It was a can of Hackenberg.
Jesus Christ.
And I was walking through the forest, and you see there's a big rail in there, and there's a river. And I thought, I think that's it. And in a sinister mind, it was like, third time's the charm. Like, I can't hang myself. Like, I feel like that every time. So I'm going to put myself in the river. I can't swim. I stood on the other side of the railing anyway. And like, just something in my head was, you didn't say goodbye to your mum this time. It's like, fuck it, I must do that. So I was walking through back to the house, and she was shouting out for mum, like.
Mm.
And then I came back, I walked through the door, and she was straight on the phone. She was like, oh no, he's back now, he's back now. And she then, put it to me. She's like, look, you're going to have to go into a centre, rehabilitation centre, or back to Calvin. I was like, I think I'll go into rehab.
Mm.
And that was on the 23rd of June 2017. Yeah.
23rd?
Yeah. And lying on the couch anyway the next day, Nana came in, my grandmother, and she came in with flowers and everything. And I was thinking to myself, I'm not that sick, like, I don't need flowers. But it was Mum's birthday.
Oh,
Just showed how much I didn't know.
You didn't know anything.
And so anyway, they got the ball rolling anyway and took me up to Coonwarra and Ballybay to get me into a place. I remember, like, just even being off the drink a wee while, like, it was positive about, like, making the change. And I know I said it on the last podcast, Nana didn't appreciate it, like, it was giving out about her driving.
Oh, that's right.
Going up the road. But no, that was the long road to recovery. It was 3 months in Coonwarra and Galway. And done me the world of good. Like, every week is different. Like, I went in there below 9 stone. I came out above 13 stone. Like, it was just to feed you full of everything. Like, you have about 6-7 meals a day. Like, it's
Fuck,
unreal. Like, I'd love to go back. Like,
You only got there, man.
Arthur wants to go on.
but like, you'd get breakfast in the morning.
Tastes the person.
You'd get breakfast in the morning, then you'd get yourself, they'd have like donuts and custards or custard creams, and they'd have custard donuts. Oh, I love custard donuts. Can't eat them now. I keep getting a pain in my side every time I eat them.
Why am I getting hard?
You're thinking of the hole in the donut?
But was getting everything kind of back to normal, because they have to have you up at your right weight to have you in the right mind. Week 2, they start you in meetings and stuff like that. You're in a wee group by yourself. Like, I'll be totally honest, those 3 months, they flew by. And it was near enough the best 3 months of my life. Like, I will be honest and say, because like, alcoholics are funny people. Like, they've been through the worst, they've come through it. They see a sense of humour in anything. Every cloud has a silver lining, like. And but no, I remember being in week 5 and being told by the woman who runs the place. Like, she stopped me one day and she was like, I called her by her last name. You see, everyone has to be on first name basis in there. It's just nicer that way, like. And I called her by her last name, Mrs. Whatever. I'm not going to say her name. And she stopped me and she was like, you're not taking this program seriously. I was like, what do you mean I am? I'm going to all the meetings. I'm going to meditation. I'm going to mass. I'm doing this and doing that. She goes, yeah, you might be, but you're not taking it seriously. I was like, okay. So I went to the gym anyway. That's what I was going through with my towel. And I punched it out in the punching bag. And I went back and had a shower and sat in my bed. And I was like, hey, do you know what? Maybe she's right. Maybe I'm not taking it seriously. So anyway, I went to ones that were in like week 12 and stuff like that, week 11, try to get like wee nuggets of advice, and then like to try and help me. Because I was like, do you know what? because whenever I went in there, like I had, the sole purpose of me going in there was like what I thought at that time, right? I'm gonna get myself through this for 3 months. I'm gonna get out after 3 months. My parents are gonna take me in. I'm gonna go back drinking. I'm gonna hide it from them. That was like failed going in. Like it was like that's like, my plan from the start. And I never knew this would turn out like 7.5 years down the line. But it was week 9 then. That's like I was taking the program then seriously, writing everything down, going through myself. And then it was week 9 where I had a breakthrough. And it was one of the counsellors. They were asking me just things about my father. And they must have picked up, I don't know what way I was sitting, what way I changed the way I was sitting or what way I was talking, but they were asking about my father then. And he just broke me with one question. And it was, do you think your father loved you? And everything. And I can't, like, my heart broke. And that's being totally honest. And everything just broke inside me and I crumbled.
Jesus.
And I'll be totally honest, I burst into tears. Like I was like a child, just like, hyperventilating. And I just couldn't. And luckily it was near the end of the meeting. And the counsellor after the meeting, he goes, oh, Christopher, I want to chat to you, like. And he stood in front of me and he said, look, I'm going to do something to you that hasn't been done in a long time, but I feel like it's something you need. I'll be totally honest, I thought he was going to hit me a punch because he was a big fella, like, and scary looking fella. And he put his arms out and he hugged me and broke down again. And that for me
Sucked everything out of you.
Yeah, that was for me was my breakthrough.
Turning point, just.
Yeah. And it was only up from there. Like, and it took me 7.5 years to get over the death of my father. From I was 18 till I went in there at 25 years old. Took me that long to start dealing with it.
You never grieved him properly?
No. And it's only good from there. Remember then week 10, I was eager now, like I was into myself. I was loving it, like I was on a high, like I was. I remember one of the counsellors now, and great counsellor, I have to say, phenomenal counsellor, like unreal. And so what you do, like you have your own wee session, like you have a group of 10 people, they're sitting around and they go around, they start asking you questions and I'm going to get wee bits of information out of you, get you into yourself. So he's going around and he give this person 20 minutes, that person 20 minutes. He got on to me. He asked me one question. He's like, all right, thanks, Christopher. And he moved on to the next person. I was like, what the fuck? Like I was sitting, I was gripping onto the chair. I was like, why didn't he give me the same as everyone else? Like I'm eager to get in here. I'm eager to get into myself. And stopped him after the meeting. I was like, what the fuck was that about? Like, and he goes, leave it to me, I'm doing my job. And I was livid all day. And he went back to his wee house. You see, a lot of the counsellors, they've been through the programme. They're addicts themselves. That's the benefit that they have, like.
Oh, so they're recovering as well?
Yeah.
All right.
They're in recovery as well. And I went to his house. I knocked on the door. I was like, what's going on here? He goes, why'd you do that to me? And he goes, look, let me do my job. I know what I'm doing. I'll chat to you this evening. So I was going around livid all day. Came about 7 o'clock, he see me walking in the house. He was, Christopher, come here a second. So we went in the room and he was sitting chatting to me. He's like, right, you're probably wondering why I done that to you. I was like, yeah. I was like, why give everyone else 20 minutes? Like, I want to get into myself. He goes, look, you're walking around, you're all happy and everything. You still have anger inside of you. Because what I wanted to do to you was to show you that you still had anger inside of you. I want to teach you how to deal with it. And I sat back in the chair and just taken aback by it.
It's amazing, honestly.
Yeah. And it's just, what? Like, it just completely took me by surprise. And it's something that I still work on to this day, like. But, and the week 12 came anyway, and I was getting out of week 12, and I was excited and everything, but at the same time, I nervous. I have no phone, no nothing. Like, you don't have any newspapers. You don't know what's going on in the world out there. Like, you can't watch the news, no newspapers. You're in your own bubble in the middle of Galway. So I got left anyway to Athlone. First thing I done was buy a watch. Like, I still have the watch that day because I've no phone. I didn't know the times. Had to get a bus back down to Monaghan. Bus back down to Monaghan. Like, in the midst of it all, Mum was like, right, you can come back into the house for a month. See how everything is. I ended up staying about 2 years. Like, because they seen the difference in me. But back down to Monaghan, went into a meeting. And the meeting was good. Got a few numbers and everything. And finished the meeting. I was like, hey, I'm going to go to the pub. Like, it was the cockiness in me, because I was always told when I was in rehab, hey, you change yourself, the world looks different. Like, the only way you can change the world is if you change yourself. I goes, I wonder how that is. Like, will it look different? Went into the pub, smoked a fag. It's like, yeah, it's not for me. So left, went home. That was my proper start of recovery then. Didn't drink or anything.
Well, just was that to test yourself for what?
To see what it'd be like stepping into a pub sober. Yeah. And that was weird. Like, I still can picture myself sitting just looking at the smoking area. Like, it was only about 3 months before then. I had a load of drunks sitting in some corner, like. Yeah. But yeah, that was the start of recovery. And the job I was in before I went and got sober, they held my job for me. Frank McEnany of the West End Arms Hotel in Monaghan. Lovely fella. He loves a good underdog story, you see.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's seen me at my worst. And
he,
he's seen me.
Well, it's not. That's
Yeah.
Was that a big help going back in there?
Yeah.
I would say it was.
And the last job that I had there, it was his son's restaurant.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. His son started his own restaurant and asked me to come on board.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I was like, yeah, of course. He knew it was going to be for a short time anyway.
Oh, did
But
he?
just get the ball rolling.
You didn't,
Yeah.
you didn't
Yeah.
even bad.
No,
bad
definitely
blood,
not.
innit?
Definitely not. Like, he knew the time was coming when I was going to leave. And then especially the whole thing after it, like my younger brother.
Yeah.
And my younger brother works there too.
Was he?
Yeah, well, he's off for a wee while now because of the accident and all.
Because of the rest.
Yeah, but yeah,
What? How good are them counsellors? What?
unreal.
Like, how intelligent are they? Like, they even think about
Making you angry. And...
putting you through that? Like, because
Yeah.
that's a risk they're taking. They make someone in recovery very angry. But it was the best thing that ever happened to you.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that unreal?
It's
But
fucking brilliant, isn't it?
the things, because they've been there.
I didn't know that they were actually they're in recovery themselves. That's amazing. Like,
Even counsellors who start there, like there was one counsellor who started there. He was never an addict, but they put him through the program anyway. They put him. He was like, I want to do the 3 months. I want to see what this is like. So he was put week 1 in his pajamas. Qualified counsellor.
fucking
He's put in his
inception.
pajamas. He went through it like.
Inception stuff, that.
Yeah, like he loved it. Like, he found a lot about himself. Don't get me wrong, he didn't have a problem with drink, but it was you do find a lot out about yourself.
That'd be a good podcast
Who, your man?
if we were put on ourselves,
Oh, yeah.
wouldn't it?
Wouldn't get pajamas.
4 years in here without visiting me, still hanging out of my mouth.
Mafa. They wouldn't get pajamas to fit you.
Plus their donuts hanging out.
Right, they don't it. Another thing there, just too, you clicked. See the wee things, the wee details you've been saying there,
Yeah,
and you're saying that you don't black out. Like about your tears not going under the rollie, and like it's the wee things is mad that you remember them wee things.
Yeah.
And they stand out so much for you, like.
yeah. Like,
And
it's
while you're in such a bad place, so
Yeah.
isn't it though?
But
And
it's
what else there did you say as well? It stood out as well too. Your mum's birthday, obviously, but like it's just the wee things that grab you, isn't it?
yeah. Like, it's a massive part of me. Like, and I'll be totally honest, this might sound weird. Like, I was always told, if you were to sit in the room of 10 people and you threw your troubles into the middle of the ground, you'd take your own back very quick. Like, I'm happy I've gone through this. I'm happy I'm at the other end of it. Like,
Yep.
like people listening, they'd be like, "Hey, fuck, that's horrible," but like, it's mine. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, I've been through it, and this is why, like, I wanna, like, I've helped how many people? About 10 people now. Like, I've helped them get sober. Like, through getting them into places and then making sure they're following up on their meetings. Like that fella I chatted about in the last podcast, he was only a year sober. He's now 3 years sober.
Amazing.
Yeah. And he's doing very well, and he's moved back to Monaghan. I bump into him the odd time, like, and
Jesus
like,
Christ.
it's just because the tools that they give me I'm
help.
now passing on to other people.
You're going to use them further now.
Yeah.
Tell me, is you proud of yourself?
I wouldn't say, that's a hard one. Like, it's not pride that I have. Like, I'm happy it happened and I'm happy the way that I am now. Like, I don't know what you'd call it, like, but it's not, like, I remember, like, whenever I first got sober, I was telling everyone. I was like, I'm an alcoholic. Or, like, I'd make a joke and everything. It's just, like, this is my life now. Like, it's hard to say what the feeling is.
Well,
Happy.
I'm no expert in any counselling or alcoholism or mental health or anything like that. But you should be proud of yourself, not only for what you've been through,
Aye, but yeah.
but for what you just said. You should be proud of that. Never mind anything else. Because see, for someone to say that, not even to say that, but to say that to other people in front of a camera, you should be like, you should be proud of that, regardless of whatever.
I don't mind. You're gonna bring tears.
No, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. Like, it's not even. You should be so proud of yourself, but the strength he showed just to tell us what you've been through there is amazing, because there's so many people that don't say that shit when they've been through it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not asking you proud of yourself for what you've come through in your life.
Yeah.
You should be proud of the last hour or last 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's honest, because that takes a lot. A lot.
Thanks.
But do you get a buzz when you tell that story?
Not really.
Do you get it off your chest,
Like,
or what way does it make you feel like?
Like, I'm thinking right now, I hope the right person sees this.
Yeah.
Like, and that's being totally honest.
You're
like,
not thinking on yourself at all. You're thinking on somebody else.
Like, it's the same as the last podcast. Like, see, the last podcast, it has a lot of views, but a lot of them are me. I know, like, that's like, there's days there, like, if I'm feeling a bit like forgetful of myself and where I've came from, I'll honestly sit and I'll watch that, and it's like, "Hey, you're bigger than this." Like, if I'm feeling, no, sometimes, like, I'll still go through it. Like, you feel a wee bit sorry for yourself on days you get up. It's like, fuck, I'm not having a good day. Like, it's not all.
But that's normal, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Like, it's like I'm just another normal person. Like, it's just.
He says he'll be always in recovery.
Yeah, like, it's
You just
always
have
going to be a part of me.
Face your demons
Like,
every day you get up.
Like, I'll always tell people, like, I'm an alcoholic, and they're like, "You were an alcoholic." No, till the day that I die, I am an alcoholic, and I always have to remember that I can't have. And it's not about the 4th drink, the 13th drink, the fucking 20th drink. It's all about that first drink that I would take.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like,
were you ever close in the last 7.5 years? Was there ever a day where you were like,
yeah,
yeah?
What?
I want to know what got you through
it. Smoking.
Yeah, was it?
Like, that time, smoking. It was, I think I was only a month sober, and I was back in the place where I work in the West End, and there was a Christmas party. I was like, do you know what, fuck it, I'll go, like. And it was outside of town. And it was, just so nervy. And I remember even being in the alleyway pacing it, waiting until after 10 o'clock, because all in my mind was, I'm too nervous for this. I want this done. Like, I don't want these nerves. And I was pacing and smoked. I smoked about 30 fags that night.
Jeez.
And I had about 13 Red Bulls as well. Like, I was the only one not in work the next day because I had to go to the doctor on call for palpitations.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't sleep at all. Like, but that's, it's just, like, just pacing. Like, I'll be totally honest with you, driving in the road there now, like, from where I'm staying, like, driving in that road, like, my legs feel a bit weak and everything. And, like, I even think about it then, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just to get rid of these nerves. But that's why you have, like, a cup of coffee. Give me a wee boost, like, because at the end of the day, I'm still only human.
Yeah.
But, like, it happens.
But that's not, you do realise it's normal, like.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Someone like you, that's normal, like.
Yeah.
How, as you say, it's how you control it.
Yeah. Like, I'm finding myself more normal. Like, see, whenever I first got sober and everything, like, it's hard for me to come to terms with my own emotions, because with drink for so long, you're pushing them down, you're getting rid of them. And I remember even being in the 3rd week when I was in rehab, all my emotions coming back at once. And talk about, it's near verging on, like, bipolar, or just, Like it's 1 minute you're happy, 1 minute you're sad, then you're excited, then you're bouncing about the place, and then you're sitting there feeling sorry for yourself. Then you're thinking of the person that you waved at one day but didn't wave back. Like it's everything's going through your head at the same time. And it's just like over the years, just learning wee coping mechanisms to deal with this kind of thing. And it's like I'll be honest, like I'm 7.5 years sober, but I didn't do it by myself. Like this is why I will always thank everyone who has helped me along the way, everyone who has backed me along the way. Don't get me wrong, at the start there was a few haters, like chatting to one of the boys, and sure he still has in his Snapchat memories about, oh, I'll only give him a month.
Right.
He goes, anytime I meet him, I was like, show me that picture there. Yeah, and he goes, oh, how long is it now? And it's funny, like I'd laugh about that, I wouldn't take offence to it, like I could just kind of get on with it.
Yeah. That urges you on too, I suppose, like stuff like that.
And it's like the people that I help to keep anytime I meet them in town in Monaghan. Like there's even my friend Mark, he'll meet me and he'll thank me again. I was like, man. And he stopped me one day and he goes, don't with the humble shit. Don't do it. Just accept it. Give me a hug and carry on.
Good.
And it's even that's hard for me. Like like there was one fella I was working with and he was bad. And he came to me and I got him into a place and nobody knew where he went. And it was, they all found out then he got sober and he's back working now where I used to work and he's all happy and stuff like that. And he told everyone that he got sober. And I told him, I goes, I'm telling people I done it. Like it's, like it's just, I want people to have what I have.
Yeah.
And that's just being honest. Like, I'm content to myself. Like, honest to God. Like, very content to myself. And again, don't get me wrong, there's downers and everything. Like, you have your down days.
No, you do, surely.
But then you have people around you that'll
help you
pick
through
yourself
it.
back up. And those are the days now I'd listen to my own story. Like, you came from worse. That's being honest, yeah.
We talk about the mental health a lot on the podcast, and it's something we just want to chat to you about.
Yeah.
What do you think of the rate of mental health in Ireland, if you know what I mean, or even the rate of the suicides? Because I would like to know what the rate of suicide was 7.5 years ago until what it is now.
Yeah.
And it's probably fucking way higher.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? What?
Can I say, like?
Fucking say it, surely. You say whatever you want. Cut that part.
No, it's because people don't give a fuck.
I'll say what you think.
That's totally honest.
What do you mean people don't give a fuck?
Like, there's a lot of people out there that are only in it for the money. And that, sometimes it sickens me.
Well, just to hold you there, you do say that.
Well,
you say that, like, these charities
aye.
Yeah.
are big, massive charities, and the CEOs are on the snot and everything, and
money doesn't go here, it goes to Dublin.
He done a fundraiser for his friend, and all he says today is, sure, he doesn't know where the money went.
Yeah.
Now, that's why we wanted what you've been, obviously what you've been through. We want to know what your outlook on it, because we can't get our head around it. If there's that many charities, that much money, why is it going up? The rate of it, and we first to tell everybody that fucking living's hard.
Yeah.
And it's getting harder. But how is it so bad still?
But like, I don't want to be like a whistleblower or anything, like, but like, there's a few charities that I heard of, and there's one and it's big enough that parents took their son to it. I'm not going to say names or whatever, but parents took their son to it. And he was feeling nervous and anxious, young fella, like, feeling nervous and anxious, and he couldn't go. Like, he didn't want to go, like. And because it's kind of, it feels institutionalized, where you're sitting in a chair and you have to talk about your problems and stuff. Like, it's near enough like what you see on TV, like you have to go to a counsellor. And he felt very nervous about it. And they tried setting up, can we do it here? Like, let's say in a hotel room, or where there's still people present and stuff like that. Or we can rent out a space where he feels comfortable, or can he come to the house? Like, I understand insurance purposes. But for me, at the end of the day, if you want to help people, you're gonna fucking help them, and that's being totally honest. But they said, "Hey, it's the office is basically or nothing," and it
Well, I
wasn't that.
believe that.
This
COVID.
wasn't that long after that he took his own life,
Jesus.
and it's stuff like that that's
Why?
scary.
Why it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like it's hard for me to say, like, because I don't want to go into too much. Like,
no.
I was, but sure, like even whenever I was in the psychiatric unit in Cavan, they're supposed to, because my rights were taken away from me, they're supposed to let me out to the duty of care of somebody, and I was just let out.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Like
Yeah.
I know, I don't know.
Don't
if
worry,
you
we'll end on a good positive fucking note. But
no, I know
no,
that.
hey, you're only being honest,
Yeah,
and that's
but
what we want.
like why I've met up with a few charities and get my name and face out there.
Mm.
I wanna, like, I'm confident enough. I wanna try and be the difference.
Help someone.
Like one thing that I'd love and I would love, like, and it comes from a childhood where, like, I remember living out in the bog roads, and it used to come like a bus would pull up and it was like a wee mini library, and you jump on board and everything. You look through it, you'd be chatting away. Like I'd love to do something like that with counselling.
Yeah.
Like to go to the person's house even. Like somebody who doesn't feel comfortable. Like there's a lot of people that can't come outside now because of COVID.
Just
Like
COVID, eh?
they're a
But you're even, what do you call it? Social anxiety, is it?
Social anxiety.
Yeah.
Even that.
It's massive now.
And
Like
drinking in the house got massive.
yeah, it's people got used to it.
A lot of
Yeah.
people's fucked from it. I'm telling you.
And like that's something I'd love to do.
That's
Like
amazing.
being able to, like, if obviously like you'll have to work around insurance purposes and stuff like that. But it's something that, and that's why I'm trained to be a counsellor, because it's something that I'd love to do, just to be able to go, be that listening ear, because most of the time, and I'll be totally honest, people just want to be heard, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's what counselling is. The counselling even course that I'm doing at the minute, the lecturer told us at the end of it, you will be qualified listeners, skilled listeners, and most of the time,
That's all.
people just want to be heard. They don't want any, you can do this, you can do this, you can do that, you can go to this person. They just want to be heard.
You open up on them.
Yeah. And once their opinion and once what they think and is going through their head gets out, it can make the difference for them.
Yeah.
And I've lost, like, there's this wee festival down in Monaghan, and it's Spudfest, and it's to honour the memory of, I'll say his name, Jason McIlvany, lovely fella. Very down to earth, knew everyone, was in, like, the Monaghan Dramatic Society. I was in college with him here in Letterkenny back when I was 19. And they started the charity there 3 or 4 years ago. Unreal charity. Raised so much money for So Sad, like, do all these wee things. And, like, I remember being up here in Letterkenny living when I found out. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, I drifted apart from him for a few years. Like, I'm not going to be the person saying, we were besties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was a memory then came up on my phone then of us in Pulse, just all of us. And it was me and him with my arms around him and stuff. And it just broke me.
Yeah.
To think that he's not here.
Mm.
And I just thought to myself, if he was heard, would that have changed everything? Everything. Like, hindsight's a wonderful thing. A wonderful thing. And, like, the way forward in the mental health thing, like in the whole mental health debate as well, the way forward is counsellors. And I'm, like, psychiatrists and stuff like that, and I'm not putting down any psychiatrists in any way, and maybe you might have to cut this after I say it, but the difference between a counsellor and a psychiatrist is a prescription pad.
Yeah.
Psychiatrist, straight away, and, like, if you read into the side effects of some of these tablets, like, bad thoughts is one of them. Is why counsellors are there. They don't have a prescription pad, they're there to listen to you. They're, like, a counsellor is the person to listen to you and empower you. They help you come to your own conclusion. They help you realise what the problem is. They don't give you advice on what to do. They sit and they listen.
They absorb all your signs, don't they?
Yeah.
So they do.
But it's something that I felt like, for me, something that I want to do.
Fair fucks to you, to be fair. It'd be a rewarding job too. when you
Yeah.
you seen that you helped somebody like.
Especially been through what you've been through, like, do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's a good experience. But just to say, we're not for fucking definitely not trying to shit over any fucking counsellors or psychiatrists
Oh,
that
definitely
actually
not.
help
No, no,
someone,
no,
like,
no.
because there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of good work.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
But it just baffles us sometimes how in this day and age that it can still be so bad, like.
Yeah.
And you do see a lot of charity work and all been done, and that kind of fucking makes it worse for us.
So the fucking
People
cost of living's another one, and
we don't.
no houses. And
Do you know, it's like there's so many things out there the cause of it, but then you do see a lot of work being done on it. We're like, well, how's it not been fixed? Like, why is it still so bad? Do you know what I mean? It's just something's not working. But it's just we just don't want to shit over anybody that's doing good work.
Oh no, definitely not. Jesus, because I got a lot of good counsellors myself. Like,
and a lot of people do a lot of good work. Like,
oh, of course, yeah.
but it's just bad. They think like, why is it not working?
That's it.
But then again, you can't say it because you're sat here talking this, so it's obviously something's working. Like,
Something's working.
but again, there's a lot of people out there that didn't see the light. So I don't know. It's
hard that we'll ever get answers for it.
It's hard, like, but
it's good to talk. And if you're feeling sad, contact any of us. We're here to listen to you.
Yeah.
We're here. Give us a wee text. VNM Podcast, or give Chris Redhead on Instagram. We're having a wee break here because of an itchy ear. I think Svenny's dinner went into it. But give us 5 minutes, folks. We'll be back for the end of Chris Redhead and his wee story.
Just another wee quick episode. Wee quick shout out to this week's sponsor, Dan and DS Fit. If you want that summer body, folks, it's not too late. Give them a wee shout on Instagram and he'll get you ripped like Maff's fucking back. See you in 5. We're going to hug Chris.
Very holy.
You fuck, you up stabbing your elbow's grave.
Saltburn.
Fucking
I'll pump him out by his grave. Me and him used to fight over pillows for Eurotrash. I'm watching. Give me that bowl of fuck. You sit with a home dinger on you, sir. Like a back end of fucking Marley's buses.
Jesus Christ, fuck, delete that, chap. Oh,
Fuck up.
How do you, folks? Welcome back to episode 59 of the VNM podcast. Our good friend,
Special guest. A good special person, Chris Redhead.
our good friend, and our special guest, Chris, is still with us. Thankfully, he came through what he's wanted, and he's still with us. He's still with us here as well tonight.
Hey, slip-ons on.
oh my god.
Park, restart that, chap.
Oh, do that, chap. It's just about... Listen, the way I think about it, folks, if you can't have a bit of crack, then there's no point living. You as well putting laces on. Nah, folks, listen, if you can't have a laugh, I feel like laughter's a great thing for mental health too. Me and Vinny always promote that. I think Vinny will tell you when the tears are dropping off your eyes, there's nothing better.
Oh, that's something.
Than that. There's some boys balls pounding off your dunger. I'm warm. I'm smelting.
But hey, see, I don't think there's an episode on here we haven't been crying with laughter. Like,
Even in sad ones.
see if you can bottle it, you'd be a millionaire. So the feeling,
Oh yeah.
like, it's so good. We just love laughing, like, but it's like, what's the feeling like, man? Like, but again, we always say it's fuck us. Like, if you are going through a tough time, try and laugh, man. He's laughing so good. Like.
It is. Even the tears build up now. Even like that we laugh there. It's class. Like, gives you good endorphins, is it?
But anyway, thanks. Welcome back. Another shout out.
Good dolphins.
Another shout out.
Bag of chips at a dolphin, be nice, wouldn't it?
This week's episode sponsor. Thanks to Dan for jumping on sponsoring episode 59.
Good man, Dan. Send us a picture of wee feet. He has small feet, doesn't he?
It does a wee nice long toenails.
Wee small feet and them big arms.
Chris, tell us this. Your family, how do they think of you now? That sounds terrible, but are they like, how do they look at you now? Are they obviously they're very proud. They probably don't want to ground you too much, or is that a thing?
No, they love having me.
No, but like, would they be like telling you every day and
Oh no,
No,
not at all.
No.
They know how I am. They know how I am. They know how stubborn I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was lucky enough to be stubborn, like to stay sober this long. It's more so like to be a few family members now coming to me like gossiping the family or whatever, like and getting my opinion and everything on it.
Good. All right.
But like me and mum, I have to say, me and mum are like that. Like I was on the phone to her today. I call into her all the time now.
That's
But
good.
see, before when I was drinking,
Huh?
I think I went a year and a half without speaking to mum.
Jesus Christ, that's
Like
bad.
we weren't close at all. Yeah.
Are you far away from them?
No, only 20 minutes on the road.
20 minutes?
So I'll always call, like, every
Oh,
time I
very good.
leave Annie to work. I'll call in the mum and sit with her for about an hour or 2 hours.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
close with my brother as well and my stepfather. He's a gentleman in
Is
himself.
he?
Yeah.
It's nice to have that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Family's
You know what I
very
mean?
important. Isn't it?
He stepped
Yeah.
into your father's role. I know that's not a fucking. It's not an easy thing to do.
Oh,
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
He's
it's-
unreal, so he is.
Yeah.
Like,
But,
and he's same as myself, same sense of humour and everything, like, and no, he's a great man. He really, like, my father walked out when he was young, so he
I
raised me,
heard
like.
you in the middle of the podcast. You called him dad. You did call him dad, did you?
No,
Your
I-
stepdad.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do call him
No,
in
I
real
call
life.
him Paul.
Or
Like,
you call him
it's-
Paul. Like,
Yeah,
Daddy.
it's just.
but
what
you
it
did
was.
call him dad, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
I'll
that's-
always
That's
text him.
nice. Like it's
Yeah.
a nice thing.
What
are you laughing
No, see, whenever you're saying there you have bad days and stuff, and like not every day's a good day. What do you go to? I know you said smoking, but like, is there any like any fitness or any
I'm in the gym.
sports? Or any sports or anything? You know,
Yeah, well, I'm back into the gym there.
Hmm.
I signed up for the gym. Don't get me wrong, I haven't gone as often as I'd like.
Vending machine.
You tramp. Because I'm a fat fuck, is it?
No, you're not fat. He does all of it. To me, that's all
you
he
know what
does.
his favorite machine is? The gym.
Depending.
Chuck goes on takes his selfie and leaves again. Shit, I'm seen him at it one day.
Stacey, all you do is get to look in the mirrors at your hair.
Take that back, teeth.
No, I'll go to the gym now, like it's...
That's
well,
a
I
great,
signed
it's a
up.
great spot.
Yeah, like I only do running and everything, and I put the headphones in.
You know, do the weights.
I do the odd weights, yeah.
I'm telling you, start the weights. Like, get a program for yourself and start the weights. And the benefit of weights is fucking unbelievable. Like,
Yeah?
when you start to see your physique, Chris, and start to see things, your muscles growing, there's nothing better. Gives you self-confidence, self-belief, everything.
Yeah.
It does, it's mad, like.
But that's...
So it does.
I found that though, like the times I was going to the gym and all.
Are you smiling that part?
Again, if you are, Dan at the ES Fit does a brilliant online course.
Online coaching.
Online.
Very
I'm
good.
telling you, there's nothing better. Matt
Yeah.
only started lifting weights last year, like. It wasn't. It was last year.
The problem was there wasn't enough in there. What about sea swimming or any of that, or do you do
No,
that?
I can't swim, man.
No.
Ice
I can't
bath.
swim. I seen you do it a few times.
Very good.
Something like that.
I've done it before.
Good for the head when you're feeling a bit fucky, offy, ducky.
Yeah.
Fuck the offy.
Fuck the offie.
Fuck the offy. Eh? No, it is like getting on the ice or an old coil shower. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to fucking wax her. In the morning. I was doing it in the morning before work when we were doing them. Like,
It's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
fucking freezing the whole day. Then.
Recommend it. Hey, so what's the plans for the future?
Well, I'm hoping to be a counsellor. I'm in the middle of this course. I'm honestly loving it at the minute.
Are you?
Third weekend. Yeah.
Is it hard?
It's, yeah, because it's like I was in college in Killybegs there. And when I stepped into it, I knew about cooking. Like I knew what I had to do and stuff. So I'm going into the unknown. And it's, don't get me wrong, I have my past and everything. But it's still, like, to qualify as a counsellor. And like wee things you have to do, and you have to do like role play and stuff in class. And it's tough for me because there's people now that I know.
Roleplay.
Not like that.
Oh, stepsister, you're stuck.
Oh
I'll get you out.
Not like that.
Oh, I slipped. Wrong hole, fool.
Oh my God, you're not wearing any pennies. Wait, I turned out there was like fucking New Jersey or somewhere.
Oh, I lost my wallet. How am I going to replay you?
I'm not going to tell any family members.
My
about it.
G-strings. Eating an ice cream.
Oh, delete that. Yeah.
Get that out. No way.
But come here.
Baba.
Oh, that's
I
right.
caught
We
the
should-
parts of the whole thing.
See, I haven't been dirty in a while. Sorry, lad. What was I saying there?
I'm chatting about class and all. So yeah, and I'll go on to do then the higher level, which goes on for a year. And
Does your past help?
it does.
That's good.
It's it can help. What way can I say it? Because I've been through it. Like, and I've been through that hardship, and I'm out the other end, and I still hold on to that hardship for times that I need it. Like,
Yeah.
See like the lectures and stuff. Would they know
of
your past and what it?
no, everything's kind of
Right. So
confidential. You don't bring anything personal into it.
right. So I thought if they knew you could help you, but obviously not.
No, and to be honest, I'm kind of happy that way as well.
Oh, because you want to do it yourself.
Yeah, because I don't want to like play the alcoholic card as the well I've been through this.
Yeah.
Like I want to get there by myself
Aye,
without
aye,
my past
that's-
intervening.
Aye, that's fair.
It'll benefit me once I'm working at being one. Like,
That's
but I feel like I'm a good listener and help people. Like especially in the ends of addiction and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we've no
100%.
doubt that you'll be.
You'll be good, and I hope you get on well that course. To be fair, let me know.
Yeah.
Math might do it well.
We might need counselling after this. Chris, at the end of every podcast, we asked our special guest a very important 3 questions.
How big's your cock?
And how smelly is it?
It's very small.
No, what's your
Wet for
favourite,
the chopstick in the size of a car lighter?
Cut that. What's your favourite Pringle?
I need to see it, lad.
Paprika.
Paprika?
Yeah.
Fucking no.
Not hard to know he's from Monaghan. Hey, what's your,
Nothing flavour?
what? What's your favourite takeaway?
I like a good fish and chip. Yeah.
I had a lovely
First-
fish and chip in Redcastle Hotel. Brandy pepper sauce with.
Oh.
Like a big battered cod.
Aye. Big battered cod, loads of vinegar.
Oh,
And I like curry sauce with it too.
Oh, I'm starving.
Oh, it's lovely. Like,
That's the
curry
first laugh,
sauce.
is it?
What?
Size of your nipples, you man.
My nipples are always wrecked. I need to go see about it. Like before I play football, I have to rub fucking Vaseline on my nipples.
why do you get
I
that
don't
play
know.
football?
Oh no, my nipples just wrecked all the time.
Just get some of the mood.
Playing football, man. Maybe I should. Shit.
That's a first, is it? Fish and chip with curry sauce.
Not a fuck.
Oh, is it
Friars
not?
rest. Oh, Friars rest.
Oh,
Peas and
lovely.
everything.
Who else said that?
Oh, for him?
Aye.
Oh, no, I thought it was the first for putting curry sauce.
Not the first person.
No, I fucking meant the first.
I went for pepper sauce.
With fish?
I didn't. It's just seen Randy pepper sauce. It's better try it.
lovely.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
It was lovely. Salt and vinegar hanging off it. Wee peas and wee tartar sauce too. Dip into it like your fucking sister savings.
I thought he was going to go somewhere else with that.
I kept it clean. Come here. See if you're lying on you and the woman. You're just only after a bit of. You're watching a movie. What would you watch?
I don't know. We'd watch a TV show like.
Give us
Would you
one.
not watch a movie? No.
No.
I don't do movies.
No, I do movies. Like it's
Give us a TV show. Ian. Give us your favourite movie, but that's what he's asking you.
Interview with the Vampire. You've never.
That's shit. Let's move on there.
You've never heard of it, have you?
Not a.
You ever see a P?
No.
Never
Brad
heard of it.
Pitt, Tom Cruise, Kirsten Dunst.
That's fucking Ocean's 11. You're on about you.
No. Spider-Man.
Notions.
Ocean's 11.
Notions 12.
Aye, it's a good film, so it is. But TV shows now,
There
we
goes
watch,
fucking computer nerd 300 there, look.
TV shows we watch. Did you ever see Mr. In Between
No.
Jeez.
on Disney? No, it's good. Tulsa King's good as well.
Tulsa King's
I'd watch it by myself now. Annie wouldn't be too interested in something like that.
Have you anything good you watch? Like,
I just told you, Mr. In Between.
give us one we know.
Sure, I
Shawshank Redemption.
Independence 4. Wolf Tones.
I like Django Unchained.
Oh,
good.
fucking
There
what
you
a
go.
show.
Yeah, I love
What
it.
a-
That new
Yo.
Legend 2. Big it up,
Lad.
wasn't it?
Django.
Yeah, love Django.
You ever see it, Mava?
Django.
Jeez.
Going to perk that cotton field. Digger McCarn.
Yeah. You're walking
Hey?
the line, like.
Nah. Did you ever watch Walk a Line?
Yeah,
good
Johnny
show.
Cash. Love Johnny Cash, yeah.
Actually, I was on the earlier. Watch that Avicii documentary.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely going to watch it.
Did you not watch it?
No, things like that, it's like there's a TV show as well. Did you ever hear of Stephen Graham? the actor.
Yeah. Liverpool boy.
Yeah,
Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp.
unreal actor. But there's a TV show out there called The Virtues.
Is it good, is it?
You see, Stephen Graham's an alcoholic. He's in recovery.
Oh,
And
he's in recovery
he
too.
tried to hang himself and it failed.
Oh, did he?
And then he got sober, yeah. And there's a TV show that he has on Channel 4, it's on 4OD, The Virtues. And he's an alcoholic in it. Plays him so well.
Ah, he's good at
I
that,
remember
boy.
watching it just sitting at the edge of the chair because it brought me back. That's how good it was.
Ah,
He's an
It's a
unreal
good show,
actor.
is it?
Yeah,
The
The
Virtues.
Virtues.
The
Yeah.
Virtues.
And it's
I'll
in
watch
Ireland
that
as
first.
well, so it is. So
Let's watch that.
You've time to watch it, man. Finish after every day.
Friday, as you're working for me.
Shit.
You know Friday's Valentine's Day?
yeah,
Is
it
it?
is. Yeah,
I can't walk.
You
Is it Valentine's Day?
Ah.
yeah.
So that's a waste of money too.
That's a woman's holiday. Me and the girlfriend don't celebrate it.
Do you not?
No,
Neither
she's
do
not
we.
into it. We went away this weekend instead because it was cheaper. That's being honest.
Where did you
Good
go?
idea, actually.
Went to Ballycastle.
What's that like?
Lovely. Up around the coast of Antrim. I have family up there.
Did you
So
stay in a
went up there.
hotel? Like,
We stayed in an Airbnb. It's like a wee converted cabin. It was lovely.
Miserable bastard when he paid for a hotel.
But it was fucking 200 quid. It was still good though for
Oh,
2
was it?
nights. Yeah, it was honest to God lovely in the middle of nowhere.
fucking Galgarms, the €800 for 2 nights out in the forest.
Yeah, give him a shout out there now. You might give them cheaper.
I'm gonna get Jason to text.
Gee, you should have said it in the camera so they hear you.
Just say he's my carer.
Oh. Folks, that comes to the end of our episode with Chris. Again, don't forget when you're on our YouTube watching this fantastic episode, hit that subscribe button, ding ding, and all our socials, Instagram and TikTok. Give us a wee follow. Chris, thanks very much for coming up.
Bother
I think we'll
not.
shake his hand. Because it was down my trousers a wee month ago.
Lovely.
Best luck with your your counselling course, sir. And hopefully we don't need counselling by you. But to be fair, because we'll be in a bad hole if we did, like. But I'd say, and I have to admit, that's not. Oh, that wasn't been bad hole.
Not sure what
Oh,
the fuck.
Jesus Christ! But no,
Do you know what he meant by that? Aye.
He
Thought
does.
it was a diss at me. Like,
No, there's no diss. But no,
you're welcome.
no. All joking aside, I think you will.
You're welcome. Give me my money and let me go.
You will be a great counsellor, Chris, and that's coming from me from the bottom of my heart, lad. I think you will be good. You speak well, and you're. I like listening to you.
Thanks very much.
So do. No, all joking aside, and thanks for taking the trip up. And I must show me how to set up that Revolut thing to get free hotels.
Yeah, thanks again. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming up, sharing your story, and it's nice and it's good, and we're proud of you, and keep doing what you're doing.
And hope this episode comes out a wee bit more because we were just starting off last time.
Yeah.
So I hope it goes further.
But
this time.
we've become a massive fucking friend of ours and a good for our podcast, and we appreciate it. And hopefully, the future holds bright things for you. And
It does.
hopefully, next time we'll see you on a bad mullet.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, folks. See you later.
See you later.
Good luck, slang. Goodbye.
You fucking prick. Not wrong with my mullet.
Mullet the last.
I thought I'd wait for it. The last thing the thing they say.
Last thing of the series.
I was thinking about getting one, you know.
Yeah, because you've had the same haircut this past 20 years.
Oh, stash fucking mustaches. I don't think I'd be able to pull it off, would I?
Yeah, you would, yeah. I didn't think I would, like. But then I got a soft one at the start to see what it would look like. No, it's actually...
Then-
Why did
Hey.
you say I'm under my fucking double chin needles?